Hey everyone, what is up? It's Joe from TheTechSlugs teaching you how to make $300 a month or more potentially with your smartphone. If you're interested though, I also make videos on apps I'm finding and services I'm finding that are good to make money with. Some are good, some are not so good. Subscribe if you'd like to learn together with me on how you can make better money with your smartphone and soon to be your computers. Alright, so anyway, let's get started. Now, this video is going to be purely about the money I make daily, then transferred into monthly terms. I'll leave a couple, math things over here, math equations every once in a while to show you what the thought process is and just to give you a greater detail of where these numbers are coming from, because I'm sure that's important to you. If you want to know how much time I spend currently at the moment, you can watch this video right here. I talk about the minutes I spend on certain things that I do throughout the day to make money. Great video, go check it out. Alright, the first app I use when I wake up in the morning is Swagbucks Poll. This isn't really an app, to be honest. Swagbucks is an app. By the way, all links to the apps will be down in the description. Swagbucks Poll is an add-on to the app, and you can answer a question when you wake up in the morning for a cent. Now, I have 4 smartphones, so I make $1.20 a month doing this with an average of 30 days in a month. I'll leave the equation over here. Also, so many video referrals. There's so much we've talked about in the past couple of months. I'll leave a video here to tell you about getting multiple smartphones to make money with. All right, continuing. So, that really isn't for the money aspect because it's only a cent, but it gets my brain fired up. It gets me ready for the day. And there's more to it than just money involved, and it takes very little time. Okay, so the next thing I do after that is prepare my smartphones to make money with Qriket later in the day. Qriket is an app where you spin a wheel to make money. That's it, really. And you watch advertisements to get the spins. I'm assuming that's how Qriket makes their money to then share with us. So I watch all the ads on my smartphone. That takes, very little time. Once again, I don't have a lot of time in the morning because of, you get up late, you hit the snooze button one too many times, you know how that is. And then I'm off to school. And this is the pocket where I'm not using my smartphones at all, really. I let my 3 other smartphones stay at home to run Perk TV while I go to school or while you may go to work if you want to adopt this routine I'm doing. So there's always that pocket of during the day, no smartphone money stuff, because that would get a little bit terrible, I think, if I, just use my smartphones all day. That's not good. Alright, so anyway, I come home from school. Now you see we've jumped from 6 in the morning or perhaps 8 if it's the weekend to all the way 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is where I get on TheTechSlugs, alright? TheTechSlugs is an app where you can either scan stuff on the shelf at the grocery store or check into local businesses. I had somebody ask me the other day, Joe, how do you make money with TheTechSlugs sitting at your counter at home and make that amount of money? Don't you go to the store and scan things? Well, what I said in the latter portion of my previous statement confirms that if you go onto TheTechSlugs and you actually go to the in-store tab or some. Actually, no, it's not the in-store tab. In fact, I'll check right now because around 3 o'clock at the very top of the hour, at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, in my experience, you'll have to check what time this will happen on TheTechSlugs for you. But there'll be a bunch of offers, and you can do that for about 10 minutes until they'll cut you off. So with that, I make from anywhere to $36 to $60 a month right there with TheTechSlugs, depending on when they cut me off, because $36 equates to 100 points a day with all 4 smartphones, and about 170 points equates to $60 a month with all smartphones. It really depends whenever they decide to get rid of me. And that, that's something I do right when I get home from school. This is a little bit robotic in what you have to do. With all the smartphones, I literally hit the button to check into a business, reset it. Hit the button to check into a business. So it's a fully immersed, boring, monotonous task. But honestly, it feels good after a day of whatever you may have been doing at work or at school of input, output, think constantly. This is just a way to lull your mind down and, maybe unwind for the rest of the evening. All right, so after checkpoints, what I'll do is I'll start most of the bulk of my auto video apps, which consists of On Point, Swagbucks TV, and that I make $43.20 a month. Okay, because you can make 30 cents a device and then do the math from there. I'll leave it over here. And yeah, that goes to $43.20. Now, auto video apps, these are apps where you just hit the button and go do something else. That simple, guys. That's exactly what I do. These are the best apps in my opinion. If you don't use anything, use the auto video apps that I'm talking about today. After this, EntertaiNow, another auto video app, and with this app, I make $21.60 a month. So you have that number of $43.20 and you get $21.60 because you can only make half the amount on EntertaiNow, and it's available on all 4 devices. So that's where you get the $21.60. So after EntertaiNow, probably it's around, I would say, 6 o'clock at this point. I'm ready to eat dinner. I'm done doing whatever I did earlier in the late afternoon. And from this point, I'll run apps that pay to download other apps. And these are FeaturePoints, TokenWall, Appdown, Rewardable. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. All right, so starting with FeaturePoints, this is the best. I make around $20 to $45 with FeaturePoints a month. It's really good because of the referral system I've got going, which is where some of the money comes from, and FeaturePoints is just great at giving offers. Link will be in the description for all these apps once again. Next thing is I'll get on TokenWall just to check it usually. I really don't spend that much time on TokenWall because it doesn't work on any of my devices. I don't know. My viewers have told me they've had success with TokenWall. I can't have success with TokenWall. It just doesn't want to work for me. I don't know why. But text message. Anyway, TokenWall will not work for me, and I mainly just get referral money from it, which is about $5 to $10. The next thing I get on is Appdown, another great app, recently found by me. I love it. Go check it out. Great referral system, identical to FeaturePoints, and I make anywhere from $10 to $20 with Appdown. The next app is Rewardable. In this, I can use the app functionality section of the app. It's just like GigWalk, which I don't use these apps, but just a little side note here. Rewardable's main function for the user is to be able to go to stores and do tasks like ask the manager for this, this, and this at the store, and you make $5. Or go take a picture of this to verify that this product is at Tractor Supply Company or something like that. I don't use it like that. There's an app functionality check, which is basically the same thing as Appdown and FeaturePoints. That's why it's in this category, and it's where you just download apps. So that's how I use Rewardable with making $5 to $10 a month. Now you'll also notice, as another side note, in the spreadsheet, it says I only use these apps to pay to download other apps with 3 devices. The reason being is one of my smartphones is an iPhone 3GS, and boy, it's so far back on software updates you can't get any apps. So how am I going to get paid to download other apps if you can't even download it on that device? So I just scratched it. I said, you know what, forget it. The iPhone 3GS really can't be used with these apps anymore. So in the time being, it'll either finish EntertaiNow because it's a little bit slow while I'm using these other apps at the dinner table, or it will be running Perk TV, which I'll get to that later also. Okay, so after this, I play Qriket again. And remember how I said I prepared my phones way earlier in the morning by watching ads? I can add watch another ad on all devices as a third or fourth time, because usually I have about 3 ads I can play in the morning, and then I can play one more at the end of the day to get an extra spin. Then with the spins I've accumulated throughout the day playing it, I will now actually make money by spinning the wheel on Qriket. And with that, it can range anywhere from really $0 to around $14. And I say 0 because it's complete chance. It's a gambling app. So if I lose, I lose. You know, I didn't make any money all month, but that never happens. I always win at least a couple times a day, which is where we get to that, around $14. I'll leave the equation over here. Then once a month, I can play the Mega Spin. And it's very likely that I could get, $0 with the Mega Spin on Qriket. It's where you can play a spin for $5. So I do that on each of my devices, which is about $15. Now that doesn't make any sense once again. 3 times 5, $5, 3 devices. Okay, Qriket isn't available for Android yet. I have one Android smartphone I'm holding in my hand. So that's why I only use 3 devices with Qriket for the time being, and that's where those values come from. Okay, so after this, I'm kind of ready to crash, to be honest with you. It's about 7 o'clock. I just want to get on Xbox. I want to listen to relaxing music while I read or something, and I would rather not be making money, all day after school or work or whatever. And from, this point, I'll run Perk TV on all my iOS devices, but there's more apps for Android that I specifically watch over while I'm doing something else. It's much more easy to keep track of one smartphone than it is 4, so I think you can understand this. So those apps are Lifestyle TV, Indie Music, Sportly TV, and Movie Clips. 4 of them, all linked to Swagbucks. These 4 apps that are linked to Swagbucks, I can each make 18 cents with on an Android. So that brings us to around $21.60. But the reason on the spreadsheet it's $10.80 to $21.60 is because, well, sometimes these apps, I can't make all of them at the end of the night. Like maybe I'll forget to watch it for an hour, and then that really cuts out my ability to have enough time to use all of the apps, and I can only get to 3 or 2 of them. I usually always make it to 2. That's why on the spreadsheet it says $10.80 to $21.60, half it, 2 apps instead of 4. And after this point, I reset perk on all my devices from the Are You Still Watching, and I go to bed. That's it. Perk TV, I left this for last. I make anywhere from 30 to 60, rarely ever 60, but usually somewhere in the middle range, just for watching videos on and off throughout the day in time pockets, like when you're at school or whenever before bed or during your sleep. And that's it, guys, for the daily apps. So let's get into the weekly apps I use now, because we're not finished. I'm sorry this is running so long, but there's just a lot of information I got to cover for you to make it to $300 a month. You want to make $300 a month? Well, you know what? Listen to all the apps I got to say and adopt this routine. So weekly apps are defined by using apps on Sunday, okay? I spend about an extra 10 minutes on average total Sundays for using these weekly apps. The first ones are cash rebate apps. It's where you go to the grocery store and you get money back on your receipts. It's pretty cool. You get money back for spending money. The apps are Checkout 51, Ibotta, and... hold on one sec. It's tough to remember this crap. Hold on. That's right. Okay, never mind. Those are the only 2 rebate apps. I thought I was forgetting something. Checkout 51 and Ibotta. Okay, so these, you just go to the store, you buy something, and on the app it'll say 50 cents back on milk. So you scan the receipt, get 50 cents back on milk. With these, I make on average $4 to $8 dollars a month extra from just receipts, because we have about 7 to 12 receipts. I'll show you how that plays in with a little equation over here. And the next one, we also factor in the 7 to 12 receipts to talk about getting money back just for receipts in general. They don't ask you for any specific product. You just make money for having receipts. Fair enough. Those are ReceptHog and ReceptPal. So once again, we're going to factor in, we have about an average 7 to 12 receipts. I'll leave an equation over here to show you how I got the numbers of, one sec, with, these numbers are a little bit harder to remember. With ReceptHog, I make anywhere from $2.80 to $4.80. I'll show you how that plays over here. And with ReceptPal, I make anywhere from $2.86, and that's pretty much it. It's either that or lower. The very last 2 apps I use, number 1 is one survey app. You see here on the TechSlugs, making money with your smartphones online, I hate surveys, okay? I usually don't recommend survey apps to my viewers, and the time you spend to the ratio of the money you make isn't worth your time. That's why I hate surveys, and sometimes they don't even credit you. But the one I do really like to use is Survey Mini. And that I can only make about $2.50 extra a month. But it usually triggers when you go to a business. It'll say, were you at this business? And then you answer questions about the business, and it really takes little time. So that can really pop up anytime during the week, but I put it in weekly because I don't check it every day, and usually they'll send you a notification. The very last one is a giveaway app, okay? Freeway, all right? They just give away a bunch of prizes. I think it's real cool. Link to that will be in the description. They're always coming out with new products that they're giving away. You get on there, you play it once a week, you see if you can win something. It's really simple. One other thing I think I forgot to mention also is another giveaway app. It's just LiveToWin. In fact, I play this daily, and for some reason I always forget to mention it in videos and stuff. And they give away $500 every day. Pretty cool stuff. So I play LiveToWin usually once a day right after school to, once again unwind a bit, or usually right before dinner. Okay, guys, that's it. By the way, LiveToWin isn't included in the total because it's pure luck if I win $500. It'd be great, but doesn't happen every month, does it? And yeah, that's it for today's episode. So the totals will be over here. It is about $198 to $330. That's a rough estimate. I can't read the values down there, but I do remember that from personal finances and whatnot. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was long. I had a lot to say about these apps. This is my routine for using apps, and this is how I personally make $300 a month. You don't have to believe me, but don't tell me you don't believe me until you actually try what I'm doing. It's really easy. It just takes a little bit of discipline to actually do the stuff and remember. I personally set reminders on my phone if you're a little bit addle-minded, which, sometimes it'll be, or before. This really doesn't happen anymore, but it'd be 6 o'clock and I forget all about it and don't make squat for the day. And yeah, do not comment below saying I waste time doing this until you watch the video on how much time I spend. Because honestly, I don't spend that much time. And for the amount of money that I can make, there really is no brain power involved. Jobs can be fun or they can be really tedious, and this is anything but tedious. And in fact, sometimes it can just be fun to watch the values go up for sitting on your butt all day playing video games. I don't do that, but I'm just trying to make a point here. All right, anyway, see you guys later. Subscribe for more money-making tips with your smartphones. We've got a lot more coming out later. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I release things on there I don't get to talk about on the channel, make a formal video about. And be sure to check out the website where you can download a spreadsheet with all this information on it. I'll leave the link for that specific article below to my website. Thank you, and have fun making money with your smartphone. Goodbye, everyone. To get money. I play it 2 times on each cell phone. I have 4 cell phones, by the way, guys. Get with the program. If you're not, I'll leave a link. And yeah, that's it. And then I start Perk TV again, which, by the way, I run Perk TV at night, too. So starting Perk